Good evening, Oswego, and welcome to WTOP 10 Thursday Night News, your connection to Oswego and beyond. I'm Dan Myers.
And I'm Brittany Hoffmann. Today is Thursday, and this is your news, sports, and weather, all before the first commercial break. Let's take a look at our top stories. 10 News starts now.
10-year-old LaShawn Armstrong is the lone survivor after his mother drove herself and her 4 children into the Hudson River. LaShawn escaped through the driver's side window, swam to shore, and was picked up by a passenger who brought him to a nearby fire station. The boy said his mother thought she was being cheated on, and she said, quote, "If I'm going to die, we're all going to die together," end quote. Police later found the bodies of Armstrong's mother and his 5-year-old, 2-year-old, and 11-month-old siblings.
A man who says police recently stabbed by the accuser in the 2006 Duke University lacrosse scandal has died. Crystal Mangum was charged with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill her boyfriend. Renegal Day died Wednesday at Duke University Hospital as the result of a stabbing earlier this month. Mangum's accusation of rape against 3 Duke athletes led to national attention and sparked debate over class and race. According to police, the stabbing occurred during a quarrel that happened between the couples at their shared apartment. And now we'll check our current conditions outside with meteorologist Charles Matthews. What's it looking like out there, Charles?
Well, right out now outside, it's looking very nice and clear. I can actually see the moon out. Earlier today, it was actually rather cloudy, so it was a little bit, it's also a little bit chilly out here at 42 degrees, but it's very nice weather. It's much better weather than what we had for Quest Day yesterday for the balloon launch, so we could have had some balloon launch today if Quest was today. But in any case, we had high temperature of around 50 degrees, and temperatures are going to be a little bit cool at about 32 degrees tonight, and it's still going to be clear. So that's what's going on outside right now. Let's send it back inside to the desk.
A farmer in Pakistan was accused of blasphemy, jailed, tried, acquitted, and then murdered 2 weeks after he was released. Nick Patton Walsh has the story.
Out here, no one really honours the grave of Imran apart from his brother. A few weeks ago, Imran, a farmer, was shot dead by fundamentalist gunmen. He'd been accused of blasphemy, insulting the Prophet. Few people know exactly what he's meant to have said, but that didn't save him. When I saw him lying there, he says, I felt the blood leave my body and that I was now alone. His brother shows me under Pakistan's controversial laws the indictment. Blasphemy cases can end with the death penalty, but sometimes begin with just hearsay. Well, this is the original complaint against Imran, his brother, and it says that Imran was overheard in a cafe saying something derogatory against the Muslim prophet Muhammad. Now, the complainant doesn't want to specify exactly what those words were, he says, out of respect for the Muslim faith. Imran was in custody for 2 years before a judge acquitted him, but he returned home to death threats that forced his family to move away from the farmland that fed them. Eventually, gunmen cornered Imran in the shoe shop. In his last panicked moments, we're told, he grabbed the man next to him for dear life. We found his widow and daughter living off a friend's charity, paralysed by grief and poverty. 4-year-old Kazma says she knows Daddy's dead, but that one day he will come back. His widow, however, told us that even now she supports the blasphemy laws as they protect their faith. Speaking out against the laws can be fatal. 2 high-profile politicians were this year gunned down for suggesting they be changed. Radical clerics justified these murders, and we learn are stoking tensions in this nearby town.
We've just driven into the town to talk to people at the mosque where allegedly some of the provocators trying to organise this murder were based, and as soon as we got out of the car we were mobbed by a pretty angry crowd, and I think at this point it's probably safest to leave.
In this dusty town, a brutal and flawed type of justice, a sign of what a mix of poverty, religion and hate are becoming in Pakistan. Nick Payton Walsh, CNN, Town Hall.
Stop!
16 Mexican police officers have been arrested in relation to the mass graves found in San Fernando. Mexico's Attorney General says the officers were working to cover up the killings of the Zeta drug cartel. Authorities have recovered 10 more bodies from the graves on Wednesday and Thursday, bringing the total bodies found to 126. Investigators say they have identified 17 people who participated in the killings and all have been arrested. Mexico is offering 15 million pesos for information on the arrests.
Muammar Gaddafi's forces strike again, targeting the port of Misrata. According to the clinic director, at least 23 people have been killed and more than 100 are wounded from the attack. According to the residents, Thursday destroyed a cement factory and cargo containers at the Misrata port. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton said Wednesday that Gaddafi's forces reportedly destroyed crucial food supply warehouses in Misrata as well. And now we'll see what's going on with sports with Stuart Siedel.
Good evening, I am Stuart Siedel, and this is your sports preview. Today in the MLB, both New York teams had a rough day. The New York Yankees found out that they might be missing Pedro Feliciano for the remainder of the season due to a torn capsule in his left shoulder. And the New York Mets played a doubleheader against the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies were able to steal both games by scores of 9-4 and 6-5. The Mets have now dropped 6 out of their last 7, including a 4-game sweep in New York at the hands of the Colorado Rockies. I'll be back much later with sports, but for now, let's send it over to the news desk.
A Syracuse man is in jail without bail for a charge of second-degree murder. Tyrone Lofton Jr. is in custody at the Onondaga County Justice Center for the murder charge and a felony charge of criminal possession of a weapon, according to the Onondaga County Sheriff's website. Lofton faces a murder charge after stabbing Clarence Lucas multiple times back in March. The death of Lucas marked the city's second homicide this year.
A Syracuse woman was indicted today in a hit-and-run crash that claimed the life of an elderly pedestrian. 26-year-old Tamar Gerald of Maple Terrace is facing the charges of leaving a scene of an incident without reporting it and operating a vehicle without a license. She is accused of lying about her role in the crash when police gave her a sworn statement December 7th. A police investigation determined Gerald was driving the truck that struck the pedestrian as she was crossing the street. Gerald could face up to 4 years in state prison if convicted of the felony charges.
The crime victims ceremony was held Wednesday night in Syracuse at a local church. Friends and family gather at this ceremony to honor and remember loved ones due to crime in Syracuse. This is the 18th year the ceremony has run during National Crime Victims' Rights Week. John Fredette, whose son Josh was shot and killed, said, quote, "It gave us an evening to honor Josh collectively with other families who share the same loss and grief," end quote.
Coming up in weather, find out how long the nice fair weather will stick around. Stay tuned, we'll be back in 90 seconds.
Coming on to camera 3.
President Kennedy once said, "A nation that is afraid to let its people judge the truth and falsehood in an open market is a nation that is afraid of its people." I'm a journalist covering the big news from coast to coast and around the world. I have a devotion to facts that borderlines on obsessive. I keep people honest. There's nothing wrong with people
Anthony,
disagreeing.
stand by.
It's a complicated situation. It's been
That was right in the dead center of a gun-free zone.
When you get more into it, then it's really understandable.
I'm 100% against DOMA.
Besides,
Please clear the
that's what
set.
makes America, America. We have to get back to that
3,
again.
2.
I am Anthony Hill, and this is the Weekly Rundown.
Oswego MBA program helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Want to get ahead? Take summer classes. Earn up to 14 credits. Classes start May 23rd. More information available at www.oswego.edu/summer. Register now.
Cam's Pizzeria. located at 31 West Bridge Street, serving New York-style pizza, wings, sandwiches, wraps, and desserts. Dine in, take out, or order delivery by calling 315-342-4255.
SUNY Oswego's Dr. James McKenzie has received the Provost Award for Scholarly and Creative Activity. McKenzie received the award because of his enthusiastic approach and dedication to research and teaching, according to the nominators of the award. McKenzie, Oswego's Associate Professor of Biological Sciences, received his doctorate in molecular medicine at Wake Forest University. McKenzie thanks his coworkers for receiving the award by saying, quote, "I've had a chance to collaborate with some brilliant researchers, and I really appreciate teaching and working with the stellar students we have at SUNY Oswego."
A Civil War historian is to speak twice at the Campus Center at SUNY Oswego. Dr. Leslie J. Gordon is professor of history at the University of Akron. She is also a newly named editor of the journal named Civil War History. At 6 p.m. on Wednesday, April 27th, she will talk about women historians and the American Civil War. Her talk in room 132 will be this spring's final presentation in SUNY Oswego's Ernest & Young Lecture Series on women and work. Both of Gordon's presentations will be open to the public free of charge. Parking will be free on the campus for those attending these events.
Anthony Hill got an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the new Chevy Volt during Quest Day here at SUNY Oswego.
Yesterday, lots of activities took place here on the campus of SUNY Oswego. It was all a part of SUNY Oswego's annual Quest Day, in which people came together to view different research projects and new innovations. You might have also seen the new electric-powered Chevy Volt by General Motors cruising around campus. I had the opportunity to speak with GM representative Daniel O'Connell.
How far can this car go on electric energy alone? This car goes 40 miles with all battery electricity alone. Then it switches over, the internal combustion engine comes on, produces electricity to drive the car another 250 miles.
That sounds really good and everything, but how much does it cost to actually charge this car?
The car costs about $1, $1.50 to charge up, depending on what time of day you charge. But if you charge it at peak at night, it costs you about $1 to go those 40 miles on the battery power.
General Motors had started production of the Chevy Volt in September of 2010, and according to O'Connell, they've sold a few thousand so far. Then, we took the car for a spin.
All right, how does this work? I see a lot of different things here that you wouldn't see in a normal car.
It's actually pretty simple. We have a key fob here that is a proximity sensor. As soon as you get it in the neighborhood, the car's ready to go. You put your foot on the brake, press the on button, just like your computer. Since it's all electric, there is no cranking motor. Just get in, press the button, and you're ready to go.
Okay, let's start with putting on our seatbelts, all right? All right, so put on our seatbelts, check our mirrors, all right? All right, let's see how this thing works. Brakes, and it's just as easy as pressing the power button, no key.
Yep.
Wow.
The car comes on, and now it's ready to go.
Nice. All right, let's take this for a spin. All right. All right, it rides smoothly.
And one of the first things you'll notice is that there's no transmission in this vehicle. It's just an electric drive motor. So as you push on the throttle, it just goes very smooth, very linear. There's no downshifts, there's no transmission bouncing up and down, there's no engine vibrations. It's just very smooth, linear throttle feel.
Okay.
The Chevy Volt also drove smoother than I expected.
Right here is amazing. You know what? I have to admit, I always said I love electric cars. I always like the whole phenomenon of going green and everything, but I don't know if I would get an electric car. I would get this. It looks nice on the outside. It drives. I feel the power. I can't get over that.
For WTOP News, I'm Anthony Hill, SUNY Oswego.
And now here's a full look at your forecast with Charles Matthews.
29% dew point, so the humidity is quite low. We got fairly clear skies, as you saw earlier. Locally, we got 40 in Fulton, 42 in Oswego, 43 in Constantia, Redfield's cold spot at 39. We zoom out, 60 in New York, 50 in Albany, cold spot Watertown. We'll see temperatures ranging from 42 all the way to 49 as we go across the state. Our satellite shows that we have some temperatures, some clouds that are pushing their way down south, and that shows up on local radar as nothing, absolutely nothing. Zoom out to the northeast. Yeah, there's a little bit over there, but again, nothing over us. We have to zoom out to the national scale in order to see what our next big storm maker is going to be. And just so that you guys know, that line was not there at 4 o'clock. That's a line of severe thunderstorms that has been pounding that area. Luckily, no severe weather for us. So as we take a look at our futurecast, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, you might see a few clouds, but otherwise it's going to be clear. It's going to be clear as you go to your 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock classes, afternoon classes. It's going to be very nice. Clouds don't come in until after 8 o'clock on Friday, and they're not going to bring any rain for at least another few hours afterwards. So for tonight, we'll be seeing clear skies. It's going to be cool at around 32 as we have the winds north at around 10 miles an hour. Friday, it's going to be sunny, enough said, 47 degrees. Friday night, we'll see clouds increasing. It's going to be mostly cloudy overnight. And as we continue on our extended day, Saturday, Sunday, going to see some rain, but Sunday's going to be the better of the two because it doesn't have the chance for snow and sleet overnight that Sunday into Monday has.
So it's going to be a rainy weekend?
Yeah, it's going to be a rainy weekend, and I know people like my sister, they're saying, what the heck's going on with summer? It's going to be a little while, guys. So.
Right. And this week, we'll take a look at our Easter coming up right away. We have a special thing going on for you. The story is about blind kids and Easter egg hunting. I'm sorry, it wasn't.
Looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rub sister shows together, making sparks ignite, and the thought of loving you. So excited, sky.
Rockets in flight. Boo! Afternoon delight.
I think you got it.
Cam's Pizzeria, located at 31 West Bridge Street, serving New York-style pizza, wings, sandwiches, wraps, and desserts. Dine in, take out, or order delivery by calling 315-342-4255.
Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online, or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Want to get ahead? Take summer classes. Earn up to 14 credits. Classes start May 23rd. More information available at www.oswego.edu/summer. Register now.
It's something that so many children enjoy around this time every year, an Easter egg hunt. But imagine searching for eggs that you can't see. The Texas School for the Blind held an Easter egg hunt this week with help from volunteers and special equipment.
One more. Every kid knows the drill.
And we would have to wait inside, but of course we would look out the little blinds.
Then it's off to the races.
I love Easter. Easter's my favorite.
Dusty Hubel and her grandfather are sharing that feeling with others as volunteers.
It's a real experience for them. They get, and when they find the eggs, they get really excited. It's really a neat thing for them.
It's not like regular Easter egg hunting.
This soundtrack of Easter sings one tone. It doesn't fall on deaf ears.
How many eggs did we miss?
The hum guides blind eyes.
And then the kids will hear that, and they'll come out here and find them, pick up the egg, and they'll take it back over there and exchange them for gifts.
If it were only that simple.
To us, it doesn't sound that like it's a lot, but to them it's probably
chaotic because you've got a big crowd out here and it's open.
I'll say it's about 99% fun, 1% hard.
Within a cane's reach to across the yard.
You hear the beep? Those eggs beeping.
In all of this, Dennis hopes for his granddaughter's eyes to be open.
I like for them to come out here and see, that they've got a pretty good life. Sometimes they don't realize it.
They share an afternoon for others together.
It's hard work. You're doing it for somebody else, so someone else can have fun.
They learn to get involved, help the community. That's what I want them to do.
They give kids an experience that sticks out more than colors and builds a bond thicker than blood.
The New York Public Interest Research Group is losing their legislator director, Blair Horner. Horner, who has been with the group for nearly 30 years, helped to improve government transparency, worked on many health-related projects, among many other jobs, to the help group. Horner's departure will leave a hole among Albany's government advocates who monitor Albany's ethical, political, and fiscal actions. Assemblyman John McEnemy says he will be missed and said, quote, "I think he was respected by those who agreed and disagreed with him on issues of which he was a tireless advocate."
Nearly 100 buses and bus drivers have been removed from the roads after surprise inspections. According to state transportation officials, the inspections were followed after a deadly tour bus accident that took place in New York City. The Department of Transportation said that the roadside inspections are part of a crackdown ordered by Governor Andrew Cuomo. The tour bus crash was reportedly returning from the city from a casino trip in Connecticut. The crash occurred on the highway in the Bronx, killing 15 people. And now we'll take a full look at sports with Stuart Siedel.
Welcome back to WTOP Sports. The NHL playoffs began last night when the New York Rangers took on the Washington Capitals and the Penguins went head-to-head with the Lightning. The Rangers were able to force overtime but fell 2-1 when Alexander Semin scored for the Capitals. Marc-Andre Fleury led the Penguins past the Lightning, making 32 saves and blanking Stamkos and company for a 3-0 win. And the always dangerous Detroit Red Wings took down the Coyotes 4-2, and the Stanley Cup favorite Canucks beat the defending champion Blackhawks 2-0. The Buffalo Sabres are in action tonight as they take on the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Montreal Canadiens face the Boston Bruins. The 10 o'clock game tonight on the West Coast is the Los Angeles Kings and the San Jose Sharks. The Oswego State baseball team snapped a 7-game losing streak today with a win over nationally ranked Cortland. The Lakers' 3-1 victory was the first against Cortland since April 2, 2006. The Lakers dropped the second of the doubleheader 12-1. The Lakers are now 11-11 on the season, but only 1-8 within the SUNYAC Conference. The women's lacrosse team also had a game today when they took on Morrisville College. The Lady Lakers went down 2 by early, but scored 14 straight goals to earn a 17-3 victory. Rachel Rafa led the way with 5 goals and 2 assists. That's all for sports. Now let's send it back to the news desk.
And when we come back, we'll take a look at the lighter side of news.
But first, here's a look at the community calendar.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Drink from the tap.
A $3 bottle of water a day times 10 years times 6% interest is over 14,000 clams. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. FeedThePig.org.
Cam's Pizzeria, located at 31 West Bridge Street, serving New York-style pizza, wings, sandwiches, wraps, and desserts. Dine in, take out, or order delivery by calling 315-342-4255. The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Hello, hello.
I'm a
1, 2,
sauce
3.
guy.
Talk, talk. I'm talking. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Is my microphone not working? Hello? No? Good.
Want to get ahead? Take summer classes. Earn up to 14 credits. Classes start May 23rd. More information available at www.oswego.edu/summer. Register now.
Uncle Sam wants you, or does he? A Chinese man in Los Angeles was arrested for creating a fake U.S. Army unit. He also convinced immigrants that if they joined the unit, they would be on their way to U.S. citizenship. Yupeng Deng gave his recruits military uniforms, charged them between $350 and $400 to join the fake unit, according to the Los Angeles District Attorney. Deng has been charged with theft, manufacturing deceptive government documents, and counterfeit of an official government seal. If convicted, Deng could face 8 years in prison.
Applebee's, alcohol, and apple juice? Last week, an Applebee's in Madison Heights, Michigan, accidentally served a toddler an alcoholic drink instead of an apple juice. The parents of the Michigan toddler have filed a lawsuit against the chain's parent company, saying its employees have made similar mistakes with other children. What the little boy apparently got was a margarita mix with alcohol in it. The toddler began exhibiting what the complaint characterizes as grossly inappropriate behavior. Applebee's said it would begin to serve apple juice to children only from single-serve containers at the table from now on.
Beans are still proving that they are in fact the magical fruit. They are now being used as decoys at a Mississippi pharmacy. Fred's drugstore has been frequently robbed in the last 6 months, and each time the same drug, Lortab, is being stolen. Pharmacist Matt Clark filled the bottle with beans, and the burglars came back Wednesday morning. Police believe the thief cut themselves during the break-in when they found a trail of blood leaving the building. And now we're going to take a look at your Class Day forecast with Charles Matthews.
And the Class Day looks like it's going to be sunny. Going to start around 33 to end up around 45.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Your Thursday night news for the WTOP news team.
I'm Stuart Siedel.
I'm Charles Matthews.
And I'm Brittany Hoffmann.
And I'm Dan Myers. Have a good evening.